Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be learning how to draft a basic bodice block. So you're welcome and let's begin. So the length of my paper is 20 inches. And now we're going to take our baseline. And from this baseline, we're going to be taking our measurements. So I'm going to take my tape now and we're going to be drafting the back of this pattern first. So I'm taking 1.5 inch as shown for my zipper allowance. After marking that, I'm going to connect it with my ruler to get a straight line. Now this part is for my zipper allowance, so we just rolled it out and we're going to be taking any other measurement from this line. We're going to start from this line to take every other measurement. So I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement by 2 and come down from that point by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. The neck width is 3 inches and the neck depth is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to connect as shown. First I'll connect the shoulder slope and then the neckline. Having done that, this is the neckline and my shoulder slope. So from that shoulder slope line, I'm going to take 7.5 as my armhole. What I normally do is I take my shoulder measurement divided by 2 and that is what I use for my armhole. You can use whatever works for you. The 7.5 is what I'm also marking so I can get a straight line. Now I'm going to connect from that shoulder slope to the 7.5 as shown. Now from that point, I am going to take my bust measurement. So if you're having issues calculating, you can just use this method that I'm doing. Just fold your tape into 2 as shown, exactly where your measurement is. Mine is 36 and I'll fold again as shown. So you can just do this trick to get your measurement. So having done that, I'm going to take my actual measurement there, place it there, and I'm just going to mark it. Now for the armhole line, I'm going to fold my tape into 2 to get the midpoint. So just fold it like so and you get the midpoint of your armhole. Then you can connect your curve. I'm going to use my French curve to make a curve as shown. So we are done with the curve, and at that point we have our bust measurement at that point. Now I'm going to take my waist measurement and we're going to start from that point. Do not start from this shoulder slope point. Don't do that. Just start from that line where you have the straight line close to the neckline and take your waist measurement. I'm doing 15 inches. You can do 14 inches, 16, 17 depending on your half length. So the half length measurement is 15 inches, which is the waist measurement, and that is what I'm taking, and I'm going to connect it with a straight line as shown. Now I just indicated it as my waistline. So since we already have our bust measurement, we're going to add 1 inch for seam allowance and 1 inch for our dart, making 2 inches. So I'll just place that there. My waist measurement, I'm going to divide it by 4. I'll also add 2 inches, including seam allowance and dart. So don't forget to add your dart allowance. Now I'm going to connect from the armhole to the waist point. So your blouse length can be 23, and this paper is a bit short and I have 20 inches. So the measurement which I had on the waistline is what I'm going to impute at the bottom part of this blouse. But if you have 23 or 24 as your complete measurement for your blouse, you can do your upper hip measurement for the bottom part. But mine wasn't enough, so I just added my waist measurement there. But if yours is long enough, please use your upper hip measurement for that bottom part. So now we're going to impute our dart. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches divided by 2, and I have 4 inches. So if yours is 7, you can do 3.5. So now from that neck line, I'm going to mark how long I want my dart to be. You can also determine how long you want your dart to go from the bottom all the way to the top. So I connected that with a straight line, and that is my dart nipple to nipple measurement. Now from the waistline, I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch on both sides as shown, and I'll be connecting to the dart legs. So I'm just going to draw a line to that point. I'll do the same thing for the other side and also for the bottom as well. Now this is what the darts look like. This is what it looks like. Now we're going to the zipper allowance part, and we're going to eliminate our zipper bulge. Sometimes when we make our dress, we do have this zipper bulge. So from that waistline, I came out by 1/2 inch, and I'm also coming out by 1/2 inch, so we don't have any zipper bulge. So just come out by 1/2 inch, and from that point just slant your ruler like so, and also slant it like this, so that your zip doesn't come out bent at that back part. So everything is nice and neat. Now this is how easy it is to eliminate the zipper bulge. So for that place, it's a bit sharp, and this is because it's on paper, so it won't be that sharp on our fabric when we want to cut it. So I'm just marking that part out, and that is where we're going to be cutting out. So I'm labeling the back pattern. So this is the back, and this is all for the drafting of the back, and this is how easy it is to draft it. So now we're cutting, and after doing this, we will be moving to the front pattern. So after cutting, we're going to be using this back to cut out our front. But first of all, we need to remove this zipper allowance part. So I'm going to fold it in as shown. Just fold it in, because we're going to be using this back pattern to cut out the front. The difference between the back pattern and the front pattern is the zipper allowance part, and we don't need that for the front. So I'm just going to fold it in nicely, making sure it is flat, and we're going to be placing this on our front piece, and the back pattern has to be at the middle of the front piece. So I use my sellotape to hold the paper in place so it doesn't move. Now I'm just tracing out what I have on the back. I'm tracing it out on the front pattern because there's no much difference between the back and the front. Maybe the neckline and also the zipper allowance, yes. So I'm just going to trace this out, the shoulder, the armhole, and the bodies, but the neck is going to be different. So in this back pattern, we have our darts, our bust measurement and waist measurement. So the difference between the back and the front armhole is that the front is usually wider. So what I'm doing is dividing the armhole into two, and I'll mark the midpoint. Now after marking, I'm going to come out by ½ inch as shown. So this ½ inch, we're going to connect it to the armhole. That is the difference between the front piece and the back piece. The front armhole is usually wider than the back because of the bust. So this is how it should be, and this is the only difference. So for the neck, the width is 3 inches already, and you can determine how you want the front to be. You can do V-neck, sweetheart neck, or round neck. So this is going to be a round neck, and I'm going to mark 4 inches. So I marked 4 inches, and I'm going to connect it with our French curve. You can decide the kind of neck you want. Any kind of neck you want to use, it's fine. So this is all for the front. Remember, we have our dart at the back, and it's also on the front. So you can see everything is nice and neat, everything is equal. So if you want something stylish for the bottom, you don't want it to be straight, you can do this method. It's optional. So I came up by 1 inch, and from that point I'm going to make something with my free hand, something like a curve. So this is optional if you don't want to do this, but if you don't want your blouse to be straight, you can just do this with your free hand, and it will give it some kind of stylish edge. So this is it for the drafting of the back and the front pattern. Now we're going to cut the front out. So it's been a while since I posted on this my channel. I just took a little break, and thank you so much for all the support. I'm so grateful for all the support I've been getting on this channel. You guys have been subscribing, you've been watching my videos, you've been sharing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe and support my channel. Subscribing to the channel makes it grow, and it gives me this kind of push to continue to create content. So do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and tell me what you think in the comment section. If you have any suggestion, please let me know. This will be all for this tutorial. I will be seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.